What's going on, guys? It's your boy Tom, also known as CalzoneOP, and in today's video, we're going to teach you how to use keyboard and mouse. Let's get it. Alright guys, so if you're here and you want to learn keyboard and mouse, make sure you hit that wonderful subscribe button. We run Call of Duty content, Fortnite content, all that good stuff, so definitely do that. Also, like this video if you enjoyed it. Alright, so now as far as this goes, guys, we're trying to learn keyboard and mouse. I will give you the 5 top tips that I could give you. I use every single one of these tips every single day. Alright guys, I've been using mouse and keyboard for a very, very long time. I've been playing shooters competitively since I was 8-9 years old, starting from Wolfenstein, to Warrock, to Soldier Front, to Soldat, to Counter-Strike, to Call of Duty. I played every shooter under the sun. I've probably played it, except for like Destiny, because, I mean, you know the deal. Anyways. As far as that goes, guys, it is really, really simple when it comes down to it. With these 5 tips, it's going to be a lot easier for you guys to transition over from console or controller or mobile or whatever you guys are using now to keyboard and mouse. Just keep it in mind. Always keep these tips in the back of your head and you'll do a hell of a lot better than if you didn't. Alright guys, so number 1 tip that I can recommend is, it's going to sound very silly, but aim for the head. I've seen so many people that look at the ground instead of looking where the player is going to be. It's mind-boggling. If you look at any professional, if you look at Nadeshot, for example, or Tfue for Fortnite, they look at where the enemy is going to be. They don't look at the ground. You'll never find a professional player ever looking at the ground. Tip number 2, look for the players and scan your horizons. If you were to scan the whole entire map with your eyes, it's going to take you a hell of a lot longer than if you were to scan the horizons. Know the key points, know the choke points, know where the enemy spawns, and understand the map as a whole. Right away, you're not going to understand that, but as you play the map more and more and more, you'll be able to do it. As far as keyboard and mouse having an advantage over console, there is a thing that you guys can snap to with controllers. Like, you have aim assist. PC doesn't have that, so you have to have you have to have all your wits about you and know exactly where the enemies are going to be, because then you can at least have an idea of where you can kind of throw the mouse and when to ADS, when not to ADS. Every single thing that you do to increase essentially your reflex or your timing is going to translate into many, many more kills. Tip number 3, guys, I highly recommend you guys change your keybind. Odds are the default keybinds are not going to be the best, so you're going to have to change them to what you like and what your preference is. These change, so I can't give you the perfect one, Shroud can't give you the perfect one, Tfue Turner can't. You're just going to have to, play it out and see what works for you. But as a rule of thumb, I 100% recommend that you keep all the keys that you're going to be mainly using, like your crouch, your slide, your prone, your use, your knife. Keep them really, really close and tight-knit to your essential group of WASD. That's going to help you just click them real quick. I remember back in the day when Fortnite was a thing. I know, Fortnite's still a thing. Crazy. But as far as that goes, builds were by default on F1, F2, F3, F4, and F5. What? You can't do that. I don't know how big your hands are, guys, but I don't think there's a human on Earth that can actually play like that. So besides that, get your keybinds right. Tip number 4, if you find that you're not hitting people and you're not hitting your shots, believe me, it happens. Lower your sensitivity. And if you have a fancy mouse, like a gaming mouse, you can lower your DPI. I recommend always going for a lower DPI than a higher DPI. That's going to make you a hell of a lot more consistent. And if you look at the majority of professional players that play Call of Duty and Fortnite and any other game for that matter, you're going to notice that a lot of their sensitivities are going to be on the lower end. I recommend somewhere between 400 and 800 DPI, and in-game sense is obviously going to change. As far as what I personally like, I prefer it so that when I move my mouse from one side of the mouse pad to the other, it's a little bit more than a full turnaround of a circle, like a full 360. I think that's probably your best bet as far as that goes. Any slower than that, and you might end up actually hurting yourself. Tip number 5. Now this goes along with tip number 4, and it's essential. I 100% recommend you do this right now. Go on Amazon, go and get yourself a giant mouse pad. I'm not kidding. What I mean by giant, I'm serious. Look at my mouse pad. It's huge. Don't mind it, it's a little dirty. You can see it with my ring light. I get it. If I went like this, you guys would never know, but guess what? I'm a real dude. It's dirty. I gotta clean it. I fucked up. It is what it is. But get yourself a giant mouse pad. This is a SteelSeries XL. I'll link it down below in the description, but I would 100% recommend a giant mouse pad. As long as you have the desk size for it, this will change everything. I promise you. You will be able to hit more shots than you ever did before with just this product alone. I'm not a type of person to endorse crazy products all the time, but a giant mouse pad is what you need. I don't care if you buy it in the description or you buy it somewhere else. Just go out and get one. Trust me on that. If you take any of these tips out, this is why I left it for last, because this is what's going to leave in your head the longest. And you're going to be like, oh, wow, great. Because if anything from the beginning, you might forget. This is the most important one. Go get yourself a giant mouse pad. Just trust me on it. Please just do it. You'll thank me later. Let me know in the comments down below after you get it and you destroy people. All right, I hope those tips and tricks helped you guys out. So just to clarify, you want to aim for the head. You want to make sure that you're aiming for where the enemy is going to be. You want to get yourself a giant mouse pad. 100% recommend. Just do it. Make sure your keybinds are in the right spot and they work for you. And make sure that your sensitivity is right in that sweet spot where you guys are comfortable with and you're not over flicking or under flicking and whatnot. And guys, remember, at the end of the day, it really comes down to practice. I've been playing shooters for absolutely years. I've been playing on upwards of 15 years. I started when I was like 9 years old, 8, 9 years old, and I'm 24 now. So I would say about 15 years. Just trust me, guys, it takes practice. You're not going to get it overnight, but I promise if you stick with it and you do it for about a week and just play a couple hours a day, I bet you're going to be a hell of a lot better than when you started. Until next time, guys, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that wonderful subscribe button, leave me a like, let me know how we did in the comments, and the next one, I will see you. This is Yoda, your boy Tom. CalzoneOP is out. Peace.